how we can feel turned on by our life, our lover, and ourselves. Let's talk a little bit about libido, my friends. I can tell you for myself, while I had baby after baby after baby, 3 children currently, 7 and younger, I've been pretty much breastfeeding or pregnant for 8 years. Life is very full while I'm juggling this as well as another business. And I can tell you there were chapters in my life where I just had no desire. I didn't look at my husband. I felt overtouched. I didn't know where my libido had gone, but I also found that my zest for life and my desire for pleasure overall was gone. I had forgotten how to laugh. I forgot how to look up in the mountains and see beauty. And so when I think about libido, it's all of that. I'm going to talk about all of that. That's why one of the missions of my program is to help women feel turned on by their life, their lover, and themselves. So let me do a share screen. 4 ways to hack libido. I love this photo. It's like very vaginal-esque libido, but it's also, I don't know about you, but it invokes beauty and passion. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the women who are like me, where maybe you had lost a zest for pleasure, or your libido had been lost. I'm talking to women who obviously postpartum, perimenopause, menopause, where all of a sudden you just don't have the same desire. Maybe you can't reach orgasm the same way. Maybe stress level is just so far over you. You're like, I don't even know how to tackle the laundry and the dishes and my job. And now I'm homeschooling my kids and my husband needs me all the time. How often do I hear women say, I'm just taking one for the team and I'm having sex with my husband, but I really don't desire it and I don't even know if I'm enjoying it. Maybe you're finding yourself bickering more than love making. That's what I'm talking to. I'm talking about libido for not just making love and having an orgasm, but libido for waking up in the morning and feeling excited about your day. Libido for having that zest so that passion can exude from your veins. So where I want to start is beliefs. You're going to go, wait a minute, I thought you were going to go into physiology. Yes, I'm going to talk about gut health and adrenal health and all that. We'll dive into that briefly. But really, beliefs are such at the forefront of all of this, because what I know is the thinker thinks and the prover proves. Meaning, whatever you believe, you are going to see out in the world everything that justifies that belief. So what are your beliefs and what are some of those stinking thinkings that aren't serving you right now in regard to your libido? What belief hats are we wearing? And can we take those hats off if they're really not serving us and find new hats to put on so that we can go from self-limiting beliefs to more expansion? So one here that I put is, I'm sexy if I desire sex. How does that belief serve you? You're only sexy if you desire sex? Or I've had women say, I'm sexy if I can please my husband. How about I'm sexy in everything that I do? What if we flip some of those beliefs? What about my body is alive and pleasure comes naturally? What about I am worthy of being pleased? What about I'm worthy of feeling loved? How about I feel vibrant in my body? How often do I talk with women and they say, yes, I want libido, but I'm also kind of afraid. What's going to happen? How's it going to change the nature of my relationship? How's it going to change the nature of my relationship with my own body? These beliefs, these hats we've been wearing have been there for a long time, based on how we were raised, our relationship with our mother, our father, our first relationships that we ever had, our first sexual relationships. These beliefs have been there and they're rooted. So in one of the interviews we did with Susan Weed, I love what she had to say. She said that there was a study done where they had heterosexual women, homosexual women, heterosexual men, and homosexual men. They put, had them measuring their brain waves and their pulse and their respiratory rate so that they could look at physiologically what was happening. What was that man or woman physiologically showing that they were turned on? And then they were also asking the person, did that turn you on? And what they did is they showed them some type of pornography. They showed them pornography of a woman and a man, a woman and a woman, and a man and a man. And what was very interesting was that the homosexual men said that they were turned on to see a man and a man in video form, and their physiology showed the same thing. And they said they weren't so turned on by seeing heterosexual man and woman sexual behavior, and guess what? Their physiology showed the same. When they asked the women, both heterosexual and homosexual, were you turned on either seeing a woman and a woman or a woman and a man? Both groups of women said, no, it didn't really turn me on so much. But guess what? When they looked at the actual physiology of what was happening in those women's bodies, their pulse rate, their respiratory rate, their brain waves, whatever was being measured, in both scenarios, all the women were actually turned on. The reason I bring that up is so much of this is female conditioning around our beliefs around sexuality, our worthiness of it's okay to have pleasure, it's okay to receive. So what I like to do is a deep dive into what are some of those beliefs that you have, those hats you've been wearing for a long time, and how can we switch them off? And over time, it's like brushing your teeth or washing your hair. You don't get to just do it once. You get to practice it, and it becomes a lifestyle. Oh, there's one of those beliefs coming up. Here's a story that I'm telling myself, and I know it doesn't serve me. I'm going to put this other hat on. You've got this tabletop. Here's this new belief, this new hat you've put on. Well, guess what? You've got to go put legs on that table, right? So those legs are things that substantiate your new belief. I'm sexy in everything that I do. Well, guess what? Go find a friend of yours. Look for women who really believe that about themselves, and that substantiates it. Think about a time in your life where that was part of your reality and you believed that. Maybe your body contour was different. Maybe you hadn't already had 3 babies and your boobs weren't sagging and you didn't have that extra belly weight, whatever it may be. Go back to a time when you had that belief that was serving you. I'm sexy in everything that I do. And allow the legs to be put under that tabletop so you can substantiate this new belief. Because what I've been taught is we only take in 10% of what we're exposed to. All of the stimuli, what we hear, what we see, what we feel, we're being bombarded on a daily basis, and really only 10% goes in. So can we change that 10%? We've putting on these new hats, and now, look, there's something new that I'm seeing. And that's a new leg that's substantiating this new belief that I'm trying on. And then celebrate the wins. As you're taking on these new beliefs around your sexuality, around your libido, and as you write down those wins, we all strive for better, right? So now 5 months from now, a year from now, your libido maybe has changed and you've forgotten where it was today, but you can revisit those little wins that you wrote down and you can go, wow, look at the progress that I made. Because 12 months from now, you're probably looking for something more. You're striving for something new, but you get to celebrate where you were. Yes, with our libido, it often can be related to our hormones. But guess what? If you want to address your hormones, you know where you start? You start with your gut. Then you address your liver and your adrenals. And every step of the way, that's going to address any underlying exhaustion. It's going to bring vitality back into your body. We've all had some hit to our gut. Where do we start? Well, you can start with what are the things I mentioned. Start by can you take out your sugar? Can you take out your caffeine? Can you take out your alcohol? Can you just reduce them? Can you eat more fiber-rich plants? Every color, every day, food coloring doesn't count. A plant-based diet is going to do wonders for your gut, okay? Just adding 10 grams more fiber today is going to increase your microbiome tomorrow by 21%. So take out your pro-inflammatory foods. Take out those meats, especially those meats that have been given antibiotics. If somebody's telling you that you need to take antibiotics, really second guess it. Are there any other options? Watch out. Don't overdo it on your antibacterial hand soaps. Get your hands in the dirt. Breastfeed your babies. If you can have a vaginal birth, yes, yes, yes. Allow that initial inoculation for your babies to start out their lives strong with their strong microbiome. So hydrate well. In the gut health conversation, hydrate well, eat lots of quality fats. And if you'd like to, one simple thing is just adding a little bit of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar to your water that you drink all day. It can do wonders for gassy, bloating, that kind of stuff. Okay, liver health. The liver is going to help us get out our toxins, those things that are slugging us down and making us feel depressed and anxious and not having vitality for life, okay? The liver is what's going to help us get out that excess estrogen, the excess hormones that need to get out of the body so that we can pee them, poop them, sweat them out, right? So what's the best way to support our liver? Lay low on the alcohol. Everybody knows that. And guess what else? A diet rich in a variety of plants. What I've been taught is that the liver has 50 genes The gene's number one role is to help the liver to turn those toxins in from fat soluble to water soluble so we can get them out of the body. The way those genes work, imagine like a lock and key. The lock is ready. The key, that combination comes from amino acids. All those amino acids come from plants. So when people say that those who eat a diet rich in plants have a 75% reduction in inflammation, they're not kidding, you guys. That doesn't mean you have to be a vegan, but every meal, 50% of your plate should be fruits, vegetables, and berries, predominantly vegetables. What else helps with your liver? Turmeric and cruciferous veggies. Turmeric is great to decrease the inflammation. Cruciferous veggies are going to help with that detoxification. But any plant, just remember every color every day. Okay, let's talk a little bit about adrenal health. Remember, the adrenal health is not just your adrenals. It's the HPA axis, your hypothalamus, your pituitary, your adrenals. They all tie in together. They're going to affect your response to stress, right? Your cortisol, your adrenaline, that stress or bless conversation that I talked about in the energy conversation. Your pituitary is going to be giving you your thyroid hormones and your LH and your FSH for those that are wanting to ovulate and you're struggling through menopause. Maybe your thyroid is low and that's why your libido is off in the first place. Well, guess what? Thyroid hormone comes from your pituitary, part of the HPA axis. So what do? We practice stress management. We try to decrease stress, first of all. We allow the things that are coming at us in life all day long to just flow down. I imagine like I'm in the shower, the water's hitting my body and going down the drain. I'm not going, wait, I want that droplet of water. I have to hold on to it. We're just going to let it flow. We're going to practice barefoot walking. We're going to get out in nature. We're going to practice mindfulness, meditation, prayer, our affirmations, whatever it takes. Decrease your endocrine disruptor load so that our hormones can balance. And we practice other ways to really bless that HPA axis so that our hormones can be balanced and our libido can come up. Other little things for hormones, sometimes maca and adaptogens I already mentioned. Maca can increase testosterone. DHEA you can get supplementally. It's the precursor to it turns into testosterone. I hear many women having success with horny goat weed. I've never tried it myself. You want to be increasing blood flow, so eating all of your berries, once again, hydrating, moving your body, right? For some, high endurance athletic activity is going to increase their testosterone level. It's going to bring life back into their body. Their libido will come up. For those who are having adrenal fatigue already, that exercise, the body's going, wait, why am I running from a wildebeest again? What's going on? For some, more stressful. So for that population of women, you need more gentle yoga, tai chi, barefoot walking and getting into nature, Shinrin Roku, right? Sweating and yoni steaming. It's a great way, just like we do a facial for our face, it's herbs and steams that send nutrients into our yoni, bring blood flow, help with lubrication, and bring life back into that body.